Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today we're going to be looking at more DWK's Totally Legit Recap, My Little Pony. This is specifically going to be crazy, but that's just a given. Episode 13, Season 6, and Episode 14, Season 6, Stranger Than Fiction, and The Cart Before the Ponies. I know Cart Before the Ponies is a reference to something. I think it's Horse Before the Carriage. I think it's an old reference. I don't actually quite know what that reference means because I think it's like from the 1800s, and I don't actually know. I should probably look that up. The other one, though, Stranger Than Fiction. It's actually a really old phrase, but it's also the name of a Will Ferrell movie, which was serious. I mean, it was still hilarious and fantastic and crazy, but it was also Will Ferrell being serious, so right there, that was weird. Also a very good movie. I'd recommend watching it, but weird. Very. Are they going to make a reference to Will Ferrell in this? Probably not, because I think it's funny, so that's kind of a given that it's really not a good idea. But that's just me. Also, I'm a little hyped up right now, so caffeine is a thing. Yeah. If you haven't already, there is a link below to the original video. Make sure to hit up, because, well, the videos. There's links to the original videos. I can English. No, I can't. I'm an English major, which means I know just how much I screw up when I speak. Not that I'm going to get it right, though. Again, link below, original videos. I got it right that time. Hit them up. Let's get started with this probably giant train of crazy. Or as everyone else knows it, a normal DWK production. This is different. I feel like they're about to drop some sick lyrics with that.
What is this? Fresh hell.
See? It even sounds like it.
Tell me.
Also, I heard that all this music is actually something DWK makes originally, so cool on them.
When it
That's actually really cool.
becomes nothing more than a mockery of the very thing we seek to escape.
Also, I like how even though he usually uses static pictures... What the? Okay, that escalated. Of course. See, I never listened to the opening. I even have that CD.
We're back, and here we go. Okay, so
Oh,
Princess
God,
Twiggy
really?
is
He
reading
had to add
Dash some
seriously?
Daring Do because let's face it, reading is hard, and if you got a smart friend who can do it for you, you should get on that. Of course, all my friends
Yeah.
are even dumber than I am, so I just don't read.
Oh,
but I do
God.
watch cartoons, and lucky for all of us, that's what this is. So, Dashie is packing for some kind of trip, probably to go off for some more Wonderbolts training, or wait, a Daring Do convention? Oh
Ooh.
my God.
Is it the equivalent
I
of
cannot
an
wait to
Indiana
see
Jones
this.
convention?
A convention, but like in Equestria. Who knows what kind of fantastic thing.
Oh, wow. I just realized what I was looking at there.
No!
A
No!
hobbit hole
This
for
is just
ponies.
the vendor's hall at every brony convention, but slightly less shitty. I don't need this in the show. I've
That's
seen
actually
it
kinda
enough
cool.
already. Okay.
It'd be horse noises.
It's okay.
How does
Okay,
that work?
Calm down.
Do they eat meat
You
because
guys
it's
just
so
calm
different?
down. You hear me? Don't get all worked up. So, Rainbow's walking
Someone
around
freaked
and
out.
people are trying to sell her stupid shit, and then
Yeah.
she meets this guy and they start discussing the accuracy of...
Okay, I know this is unrelated to what he's saying, but this guy looks like someone who's going to sell you a great deal on a timeshare. It's the hair. It's definitely the hair they gave him. I realize it's literally just Rainbow Dash's hair, but in gray. I know what I said, but just, yeah, had to say that.
of their cosplays.
Yeah, that's
So
hitting.
he's like, nice costume. I see you have the
Oh, I
correct
get it. He
number
put
of
on fake
arrow holes
wings.
in your hat. And Dash is like,
Oh, God, really?
what ensues can only be described as a whirlwind autism romance, complete with
What?
this totally non-sexual romp in the ball pit. That's right, guys and gals. Just in case you weren't thinking about it
What?
every moment of every day, your waifu will never look at you like this. You'll never get to see that joy in her eyes, and you'll never spend an afternoon together bonding over something you're both passionate about. You know, just a
They actually
friendly
have figurines?
reminder.
Okay, that
God.
escalated.
No. No,
Um,
it's not supposed to be like this. Equestria is supposed to be a socially enlightened fantasy world where everyone has a true...
He's going off about socially enlightened. I'm just saying, to each their own fetish, it seems. And wow. I don't even need him to say it so far, but I already realized what this episode is. This is the we're not even hiding it anymore fetish level. They're at a brony convention with tied up ponies and googly eyes, just making lovey and romp in a ball pit. I respect his ability not to make the obvious joke. That said, I do not have this ability, so I will make it a lot. Multiple times even.
Place and everyone can be loved. Body pillows are not for people who are loved. People who have joy in their lives.
I was going
don't
more with
need
what's
this
on
kind
it,
of
but
shit.
this works
is
too.
it. You all lost your nuts over slice of life, yet it was but a portent of things to come.
What?
This is the singularity. The show and its fandom have ceased to be two separate entities and have merged into a single, massive, roiling cauldron of spaghetti in which we are
Not gonna
all
lie, that actually
trapped
looks good.
for eternity. There is no going back.
That
We
actually
are
looks
the
pretty good,
collective.
yeah.
We are My Little Pony. Join us. Anyway,
Well, that got
Dashi
just
and
weird
Quibble
fast.
finally end up at the bar
Granted, it was
because
already
in case
weird.
you didn't know, that is truly the best part of any convention. An excuse to get fucked up. And just when all the
Yeah,
Dash
you assume
waifu
we need
friends were about to
excuses.
kick the chair out,
I mean, there isn't a single thing after Ring of Destiny that is even remotely in the realm of the possible.
they get into an argument about canon. It's
geek
like
fight.
I'm
This
looking
is
into
really
a
relatable.
mirror and I want to strangle the person I see. Right now, there are people all across the internet having the same argument they're having in this episode about this episode. It's so
I'm just going to take a second because it needs to be said. Yeah, this is accurate. Also, just pointing out the smug face on her. What the hell? That's kind of freaky, actually. It's like everyone else. Oh no, she's like, oh yes. Just pointing that out. It's kind of weird. Also, yeah, he's completely right. Everyone fighting and getting into arguments and then wanting to murder people. Also, is his flank really? Is his mark just a thought bubble that's empty? Really? Really? I'm pretty sure it's called a QE mark, is talking without thought. And of course, this is the guy arguing over a fictional... This is levels of meta that even I'm a little uncomfortable with. I still love it, still enjoying it, but wow, they are really hammering this one home.
So meta, I feel like I'm gonna have a psychotic break.
See?
Why, My Little
See?
Pony? Why do you mock me? First Zephyr Breeze, and now this shit. What did I ever do to you? I bought all your fucking merchandise.
I think that's
What else
why
do
you
want?
have gone
Do you want
too
my
deep,
soul?
sir.
Take it! Just fucking take it! I don't have anything else! Whatever. We all know the
Oh
only
God,
truly
she even got
canon
shit-faced.
Daring Do books. Anyway, then they get captured by
Again, the smug face.
Copacabana or whatever his name is, and dude thinks it's some elaborate RP that Dash set up to
Again,
prove she's
empty
right.
thought
Then
bubble.
they almost die and get rescued by Daring Do herself, and Quibble's like, holy shit,
You're
this is
real?
real. I'm in an episode of My Little Pony. And she's like, yeah, no shit, motherfucker, and we only have 5 minutes and 30 seconds to find the 7-assed MacGuffin or we're fucked. So they get to the end
Yay,
of the level
MacGuffin.
and they have to solve a puzzle to get whatever it is, but
No, I'd lose. I
apparently
suck at
when
puzzles.
they recolored Dash to make Daring Do, they gave her the same brain. But fear not, dude has such an encyclopedic knowledge of adventure novels that he's able to figure it out, and they get the world's most
Damn.
decorative pie tin. The
Ooh,
lesson here is that
that's
if
cool.
you obsess over obscure bullshit that nobody cares about, one day you'll go on an adventure with your waifu and find treasure. Thank God, too.
Also
I mean,
called going
I was
on
gonna
a
kill
game show.
myself after I finished making this video, but now I have hope. Right, so they do all the things, Daring Do says thanks.
That's a
and
lot of
fucks
giant
off,
teeth.
And dude is like, you know, Dash, maybe we don't agree on some stuff, but I think you're really cool and we should totally be friends. And Dash is like, fuck you, dude. I'm objectively right. Suck my dick.
I just, wow. They've done a lot of meta episodes. The college failure one, yeah, that was close to home. And then this one, they freaking started on the intro reel to Crazy Train. Really? I'm actually a little disappointed myself for not getting that. Just had to throw it out there. You see where I start actually listening to the music. It's not the lead up to it. Yeah. That's my own fault. Again, I mentioned it earlier, and I just want to restate this because it's actually really cool. I have been told DWK does his own covers or sometimes original music for all of those little intro melodies. Damn. I mean, of course, not the Ozzy Osbourne section itself because that was Ozzy. It's hard to miss that. Hard to copy that accurately. Or, well, also it's hard to be that drugged out and still be able to sing, so details. But it's cool that DWK can do most of the covers. That's just more than I can do because I have the musical ability of I walk by a instrument and it suddenly starts to degrade. I don't mean that it becomes worse. I mean like physically parts fall off. Yeah. That poor mandolin. Enough about that. I just love how meta that last episode got. It even ended perfectly meta. I know that's definitely a change he maybe is in the show. She probably took him up on it. But the fact is like, no, I'm objectively right. Suck it. That is how every geek fight happens. You come to a place where it's like, you know what, fine, we're all cool. And then everyone's like, no, we're not. I'm right. Screw you. Welcome to the internet, everyone. That's kind of what it's like. It's that and porn, and there's very little in between. Honestly, the porn's safer. And if you look at their comment section, actually try it. It's actually usually wholesome and well thought out comments. If only by comparison to everywhere else. Yeah, disturbing things you don't want to know. So next up we have cart before the ponies. I really have no idea what this means. I know it's an old phrase. I know the actual phrase. I think it's kind of like that something about getting ahead of yourself. But how does that work when there's actual ponies pulling it and ponies are actually the ones riding it as well? I'm just going to not think about this one. It's a little weird. So let's get started, because I don't want to think about that one anymore. Okay, wow. Okay, this is definitely a clip he's using, and oh god, really? It's a race episode? The ride never ends, boys. Yeah. Oh, what the help me?
So it's
I missed
school
that.
day in Ponyville, and Cheerleader's
Parental
like,
advisory,
"All right, guys,
explicit
today
content?"
We're gonna learn physics. And Scoots is like, dude, I have an idea. Let's
Whoa.
do literally anything else. And Cheerleader's like, all right, fuck it. Let's have a kart race.
Seriously?
We can charge for tickets, and I'll use the money to pay for
To
all
be
the
fair,
Valium I
kart
have
racing
to take
is
just
using
to do
physics.
this job. We'll have 3 awards.
That's how you not
Fastest
crash.
Cart, most boring cart, and sexiest cart.
Ooh, I
Also,
get most
you can
boring.
each pick an adult to help you. So
They need an
Sweetie
adult.
Bee, Scootaloo, and Apple Bloom meet up after class, and Scoots is like, you know, guys, I feel like it seems really obvious which of those awards each of us should go for, but why don't we mix it up this time? And Sweetie's like, yeah, we should branch
Oh,
out
no.
and develop multifaceted interests and personalities so that we can grow up to be well-rounded, interesting people like our big sisters. And AB
Growing up well-rounded. That's funny. Yeah. Just throwing it out there.
He's like, wow, guys, we're being mature as fuck. They're gonna be so proud of us.
That's
And
why
the
you're not an adult.
adults
No
are
one's that
like,
way.
Gotta go fast. Gotta be fabulous. Apples, apples, apples. They hijack the entire
Yeah.
deal because Rarity wants to fix her childhood. AJ never had a childhood and doesn't think her sister should either. And Rainbow just has to go fast. How does a
Gotta go
pony
fast.
lift a dumbbell? So the CMCs each go to their
Are they just-
respective sisters, and they're all like, "Hey, we
Must be a
actually
little
want to do
editing
this
issue.
ourselves and try new things. So maybe you guys can like back off a little, you know?" And
No.
Rarity's like, "Darling, bro, I gotta win that sexy card award."
It was one thing to lose as a filly, but can you imagine if I didn't win the most creative now? Ponies might stop buying my couture.
You mean ponies like the
What's a
ones you
couture?
kicked out of your boutique earlier so you could appropriate your sister's school project? Those
Seriously?
Kind of ponies? Also, I lost to that retarded girl, and it's slowly been whittling away at my self-esteem for the past 20 years.
Honestly,
Rarity, don't
Derpy's
call her
cart looks
retarded.
really awesome.
Sweetie Belle, there's no one around.
She kind of looks like the
look,
Batmobile. Like
Scootaloo's a chicken.
wooden
It's
version.
a
Oh, God,
fandom
nice.
reference. Dude, that was fucking hilarious in 2011. Come on, DHX, if you're
What?
gonna pander, we need some fresher memes. The ones
That's
you're
where
using
he
are
got
way
the
too dank. Memes
name.
are not like whiskey. They do not get better with age. Trust me.
Technically,
I
whiskey
consume
after a while
massive
doesn't either.
amount of both. I don't think paint works like that. I don't.
I wish
don't-
it did.
That's not how paint works, guys. Oh my goodness, Cheerily Sensei, what are you trying to do to me? Oh yeah, baby, you blow
Rip.
that horn. Blow it nice and hard. I got a horn for you right here. Guys, Cheerily's making me really horny. Guys.
I did not
Was
need
that
to
enough
hear that.
jokes about the horn? I can come up with more. Just give me a minute. I think musical numbers while driving
Oh
should be
my
a
God.
punishable offense in Equestria simply because of how likely it is to happen. Ponies don't drive often, but on the rare occasions that they do, there's a pretty fucking good chance they'll also be singing. Okay, you just lived through a 20-car fucking pileup and you're mad that your carts are wrecked? You all could have died. It's a fucking miracle that nobody broke a leg or some shit. What if one of the CMCs got their spine shattered and ended up being a quadriplegic for the rest of their
Magic.
lives? Would that get your fucking attention?
They got magic, it's
Scootaloo
over.
Can't fly. Wouldn't it be funny if she couldn't fucking walk either? You're all irresponsible, self-centered, narcissistic jackasses, and because of that, I have never related to you more. Anyway, the Phillies
I mean,
are
it's
like, you know
accurate.
what? Fuck you guys.
Oh,
We just asked
God.
for your help so we could have some fun, and you made it about you. It's always about you guys.
They wanted to grow up. Welcome to growing up. This is a very accurate representation.
You're a bunch of self-important
Oh,
control freaks,
that's
and
too
you
close to
fucked up
home.
everyone's day because you can't contain your massive egos. And Dash is like, well, why didn't you stop us? We tried, but you ignored it and just kept talking
Like
over
an
us. I mean,
adult.
what's wrong with you? Exactly like that. Like, do you just blindly assume that adults are right and follow along with whatever they say? But
Yes.
that's what you and every other adult always says we should do. Yeah, and obviously we're full of shit. There's your
Yeah.
lesson for the week. This is your fault for
I'm
being
kind of surprised, but this is
obedient and
actually
respectful.
very good
Okay.
life advice.
How old is Cheerly? Like, check this out.
I sure am glad Miss Cheerily agreed to run the race over again.
Even AJ calls her Miss Cheerly like the
Oh.
kids do, and I get the impression that these three were probably in her class back in the day. And all I
Oh,
can say is
how
this
old
just
is she?
makes that cheerleader outfit even hotter. Anyway, they did
Either
the race
that
again
or
because,
she-
you know, that happens all the time in
I think
real
like some
life,
of the
right? Your big event
80s?
turned into a giant cluster.
That's two different
We'll
generations.
just do the whole thing over
Or,
so
well, I
everyone's
guess
happy.
one
And
generation
Rarity's
stretched.
like, you know, guys, I really did learn something today. When
You're an
adults
asshole?
commandeer something that's made for kids and take it too seriously, it ruins it for everyone. Besides, we don't need to do that kind of thing. We're successful, well-functioning people with rewarding careers and prominent places in our community. It's not like we need to cling to our childhoods by taking an obsessive interest in stuff that's designed for a younger generation. That just ends up making us look like a bunch of weird losers. And they're like, you said it.
On the nose much? I know DWK is doing this intentionally, but he's been calling out the fandom a lot in this episode, but you're not even trying to hide it now. Although, let's be honest, successful is a little of a stretch for some of us. Yeah. But just, damn. This is brutal. I thought Maud's episode had a brutal takedown. This one, though, you're not even referencing the fact that you're talking directly to the audience who's watching this. Oh, wait, he's directly talking about me on this one. Yeah, it's accurate. Oh, God, though, man. Just...
Bro, now let's do what adults are supposed to do at school events. Sit on the sidelines and get drunk.
Yep. So a bunch of things I didn't need to know about in this last one. One, the Cheerily fetish. I'm sure it's a thing. There's an entire community out there. Also, it's a good point. They all refer to her as Miss, and they act like they've all gone to school with her, like the ones who live there. So she's older than them. This is just one of those general in cartoons. When you hit the age of about 25, you just stop being drawn older until you hit the age of 80. And then you're drawn as if you don't just shrink in age, you kind of, cut off your legs and your arms and most of your stomach, unless you're massively fat. And then just, I don't know where I was going with that one, but I'm assuming really dark places because that me speaking, it kind of does that. Just the meta in these last two recaps. Boy. It is actually a bit hard to swallow just how much meta he did here. In the first one, it writes itself. He's not even recapping it. He's literally just showing the clip and saying, hey, you know that thing you do anyways? The show's doing it for you now. So now you get to go fight about fantasy things that aren't fantasy in a fantasy setting until they are fantasy. And it'll still just be something you would do your in self. Did I just say do your in self? Whatever. And then the second one, it's an actual valuable life lesson that adults are just screwed up kids who haven't needed to pretend that they're not right. Yeah. Also, and then just calling everyone out for being too invested in something for kids and making it weird. I get the distinct feeling that's what he wants to say at the end of almost every episode. Adults getting too invested in a kid's program and making it weird. And kind of creepy. And then, of course, that chair release section with the horn. Proof to point. I'm just going to say nothing more about this and forget everything. Everything. I'm just going to wipe that from my mind. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It does not exist. Yeah. So again, if you haven't already, guys, I just really like this. These were two of the most meta episodes so far, and there were some pretty meta ones beforehand. But these two were just... The first one, geek culture itself is being called out directly, and that's one smug face. And the second one is just another aspect of geek culture clinging to childhood, but making it creepy, like not in a healthy way, while also acknowledging for the younger audience, yeah, adults tell you things. They're not always right. Don't trust it. Look, learn, and make your own decision. It's kind of wholesome, calling out the audience, and disturbing, all wrapped into one, and it's weird, but I love it. DWK does a really good job at just making things more fleshed out for a show that's actually generally really fleshed out already. It's interesting to see his take on this, and sometimes it's actually disturbing. Again, the cheerleading thing. I know, I thought I was not going to think about that anymore. I thought about it. Oh, crap. That's going to be in my head all day. So again, if you haven't already, there is a link below to the original video. Hit it up, because that was really... I said video, didn't I? Videos. I can English. Videos below. Hit them up. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.